Making my way through the cellars, walking fast cause I'm stepping in poop and it really sucks.
And Rickett fainted.
Hello, friends. I'm Christian Razor, and you are listening to Sins of the Father.
So we're in the sewers. The sewers above the lower district,
Yes.
by the way.
Shit rolls downhill, man. It always does.
It explains why they're so poor, though. They're literally under the sewers.
They live in the refuse of the upper district.
That probably wasn't mud on the ground.
Okay, so in the sewers.
In the sewers.
In the sewers. Assaulted from every angle by a smelly smell.
That smells.
That smells.
So silly.
Let's start walking.
I am unconscious.
I'll lead the way because I've got my lantern out. And I really want out of here.
I am unconscious on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Rickett has fainted.
Wait, did he fall on the side or did he fall into the water? Is he in gray water right now?
Oh no. He's gonna roll for it.
Odd or even?
Odd.
Odd is good or odd is bad?
Odd is good.
He's in the gray water.
Ah.
I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
All right, I just fish him out of there and throw him over my shoulder.
I ain't touching.
You guys begin trekking your way through these long, winding stone tunnels.
The whole time, Bartosz is just muttering under his breath. He hates this. He wants out. He's disgusted. It's awful. He's too rich for this.
You're in the front of the group, Bartosz.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll a survival check
Oh, a survival check? What?
to see if you don't wander in circles?
Do I have anything to survival? Probably not.
It's wisdom.
I have a -1. Go me.
Ah, excellent.
16. That's not bad.
Hey, that's not bad. You managed to not walk in circles.
Awesome.
You have been walking for about 10 minutes when Rickett wakes up.
Ah, the little one.
Where are we?
Smack him back down on his feet.
Where are
There
we?
you go. You will be doing the walking now.
You killed a man.
Ah, well. Sometimes a man needs to die.
You're a murderer.
And sometimes demons need to die.
He wasn't a demon. He was a hard-working man. He was just doing his job. He wouldn't have hurt us.
I don't know. He kind of looked very scary.
Look, I am just backing up the singing one. I saw the blood pouring from his ears. I assumed we are going for the kill.
Well, you know... she's just kind of at a loss as what to say.
You humans are monsters.
I have no reason to come back to this district. Once I find my father, we'll go back to my village.
So it doesn't matter what kind of wreath of destruction you leave behind?
Well, obviously, I would rather have not killed that man.
Then why did you?
Circumstances as they were. He needed to toss a spear. Sometimes, complicated questions in life can be answered with simple answers. So just tossing a spear.
I feel dirty.
You truly are an imbecile.
So, just real quick, Vartosh, since you are familiar and live in this city,
Yes.
roll a history check for me real quick.
Okay. What did I have anything? Oh, that is a dirty 20.
You know that there are, for years now, have been very unsettling rumors and stories told about the sewers and how people tend to go missing.
Great. So I'm not telling them anything, but I am very frantically looking for a way out of here.
Okay, so you are like active looking around.
I am walking very fast. I am just looking every direction trying to find a ladder.
The rest of you see a very skittish Vartosh slightly picking up the pace as you're all trying to follow along behind him.
I guess I should do my part. I take out a wand from my belt, and I flick it a few times and say, "Litany!" And then a little ball of light appears on the end of my wand, and I cast light, the cantrip.
Nice.
I see. Okay. So the lantern's not needed anymore.
Okay, I'll stash my lantern. Save my oil.
Save your oil. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. And you continue down, maintaining a proper course, not getting turned around at any point. When you come to a large fork in the tunnel, there are two paths you can go down. Left or right.
Which way do we go?
Could I maybe discern which direction heads towards my estate?
It'd be kind of hard, yes, but roll a survival check.
Nope, 3.
You have no idea where your house
Yep,
is.
I'm very lost.
But you are not getting turned around
That's true.
while you're walking.
Fair enough. So I know which way we came from.
Yes.
Cool. I don't know which way to go.
Perhaps we should be going downhill.
No, we need to go up.
Well, which one goes up?
Do they go in the same direction? Like, what's...
You take a second and look. One of them seems to continue straight, and one of them, the one on the right, is just ever so slightly an incline.
Well, this one goes up.
I don't like the path of least resistance. It's usually the path of danger. But I don't know that. We need to get out of here. We need to go up.
Then up we go.
You all continue along the right path. Maybe not the correct path.
The
Only
hopefully
time will
correct
tell.
and also
Hopefully.
right.
And you keep walking for about 20 or so minutes. You have an odd concept of the passing of time while down here, but it feels like it's been around 20 minutes.
To Vartosh, it feels like they've been down here for hours. He is
Yes.
terrified. He's disgusted. He wants out. He's freaking out a little bit.
When it seems the incline stops as you come to a large open room, very tall ceiling, and then you see that the tunnel has branches off in multiple directions as you walk into this room.
Keep going up.
Up has gotta be out.
Then up we go.
As you look around, roll a perception check.
Everyone?
All of us.
Whoever wants to, yes.
I do.
Nah, fam, I don't want it. That ain't me. Nah, I got it.
5.
I've got double proficiency in perception. Hold on a second. 17.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
17. You're looking around, Vartosh, and you don't seem to see any of the tunnels going in another upward
Are there
incline.
any going in a downward incline?
Yes. There are 2 different ones going in a downward incline. And you see, it's been mostly still since you've been down here. But in this room, you seem to see little congregations of, like, rodents and vermin kind of scurrying around the room.
Are they going down any tunnels?
As you focus on it, all of them seem to be congregating towards one side of the room, away from one of the downward tunnels. And you hear the soft splashing of footsteps in water, echoing from one of the tunnels, just reverberating into this room.
Vartosh is full on freak out mode now. We have to go. We have to get out of here. We cannot stay down here.
Okay, let's go.
We can't go up. We just go straight. He just starts down a random path that's not an upward path. He has no idea where he's going.
You just, first path you look at, you start running down it. Is everyone following him? Not running, but a quick pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uvali's gonna follow him.
Yeah, Rickett is following.
As you're running down this path, you've noticed that there started to be like clutters of things, like, you know, random crates or half-open barrels, like just all over this tunnel. And you hear this echoing voice bouncing off of the cavern walls. Children.
No, I don't like it.
And you hear the splish splash of footsteps.
I don't want to fight no Pennywise, Jackson.
Oh, it's not. It's not a clown.
Good.
That's not ominous at all.
I can't exactly just pull out a copyrighted character.
It's Bozo. It's fine.
His name is Quarterdum.
Fool. Yeah, I was about to say that.
So where's that voice coming from?
Okay.
Behind you.
Okay. We got to keep going.
Pick up the pace.
Vartosh takes off in a dead sprint.
Uvalio follows him.
Rickett is following with him.
He's scared.
Everyone is running very fast, and you come to a room very similar to the one you just ran out of.
It's the same room, isn't it?
You see small congregations of rats slowly coming together on one side of the room, and a splish splashing of what sounds like footsteps echoing.
Are we hearing our own footsteps?
So where did these rats congregate?
Away from one of the 2 tunnels that go down.
Maybe the rats are pointing the way out.
Should we trust rats?
No, I don't know. It's spooky.
Never trust a rat.
It's all we got.
Just get us out of here.
So you're going to the one near the rats, or the one they're going away from?
Going to the one near the rats.
Okay. As you move towards it, roll a perception check.
18.
15.
8.
20. 20.
A dirty 20. So everyone but Rickett.
Yep.
He's distracted with the rats
He's distracted by fear.
and fear. As you move towards that tunnel where the rats are, you see it faintly in that tunnel. This very, just ever so slowly, long, porcelain white hooked hands slowly pat on one side of the tunnel and then pat on the other side of it. As you see, coming into your light, this large, elongated face with no eyes, and just its head just seems to almost split open with just a toothy maw as it's slowly one hand and then the other, as it seems to almost be crawling on the side of the wall. And then it's just around the tunnel coming slowly towards you, and you hear, not from the creature, but in your head, that same echoing children.
You said it
Getting
doesn't have any
closer.
eyes, right?
No, it does not. It's getting closer.
Evil is turning to everyone, puts her finger over her lips, and then points to the other one that the rats are away from.
Is that where the guy thing just came out of?
No, it came from the one you went towards,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
where the rats are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she's gonna head that direction, walking, like, quickly, but trying to make as little sound as possible.
Yeah, Rickett will do the
We're
same.
in water. That's gonna be real hard.
So the thing doesn't look like it's seen us yet?
Not that you know of.
Or I can't see it, detect us?
Not that you know of.
Telekinetically into our heads, so
Okay.
Roll.
ethically.
Everyone roll a stealth check.
We can at least do this right, hopefully.
16.
15.
17.
11.
Oh. Ricket's the problem child.
He's shivering and shaking as he tries to be stealthy.
You're all moving very slowly, cautiously, making sure not to splash the water and make any noise. Rickett, you feel yourself lose balance for a second, and right before you trip, you hear like something drop behind you. And as you slowly look, you see that creature emerge out of the tunnel and standing straight up. As that sound hits, another rock drops. That crate sitting next to that tunnel, in just a blur of movement, is just scattered wood flying across the wall. Yee!
It's fast. Boy.
But it doesn't seem to notice you.
Tears well up at the corners of Rickett's eyes, and he slowly starts to follow after everybody.
So intense.
Yeah, he's just little teardrops coming down his side of his eyes, and he's just holding on to his wand and spellbook, just...
Vartosh reaches into his bag and pulls out a small bag of ball bearings
Okay.
and tosses a handful backwards down another tunnel.
You take just this fistful of it, trying not to make any noise, and then you throw them full force. Right as this creature seemed to be turning towards your group, and these ball bearings just slam into the wall, and you hear them scattering and echoing down the tunnel. This just unearthly screech bellows as you see the creature bends down, not moving, and then pounces down that tunnel, and you hear it slam into the wall.
And now we move.
I don't think he is very happy.
Down the tunnel.
Roll another stealth check.
Oh, that's not as good.
Hey. 13.
17.
9.
2.
No! It's so bad.
2. I rolled a 3 and I have a -1 for dexterity.
Yeah.
I need a better dice.
You begin going down the decline into that dark abyss below you, barely able to see thanks to Ricket's light. And you misplace your foot on a rock, Ricket,
Yep.
and it slips, but you catch yourself so you don't fall. As the rock just very softly clatters against the wall. And you can just feel something is watching you.
Oh, I don't like this.
As you realize, with your light spell, there's just a large shadow right behind you, sitting still.
Ricket doesn't move. He's very scared.
You see-
Bartosz is also paralyzed with fear.
You see, just kind of glancing, it's this creature within inches of you.
No.
Its head just slowly turning and twisting. Just sitting there, not moving any other part of its body.
Ricket is sobbing silently, like just tears down his face, snot coming out of his nose. He is bawling as quietly as he can muster.
What does the party do?
Still looking back at Ricket. Yabo just pulls out his axe and leaps into the fray. Interposes himself but in between Ricket and the beast.
My hero.
Yavali is frozen, just watching to wait to see what this thing's gonna do.
So when you say jump, Yabo,
Yeah.
do you mean jump? Or silently move?
Is the thing alert? Is the thing alerted? Like, is it like looking at?
It's looking
like,
around. And it's right here.
Yeah, it's right next to you,
It heard the
but
clattering
it's not
rock.
attacking
Okay.
because
Okay.
everyone froze.
Gotcha. Okay, so not doing. I thought it was like about to unleash and eat
Are
Ricket.
you sure, Yavo, that you're just going to jump at this thing?
Okay, no. I'm not moving. I'm not
This
moving.
is a stealth game.
And just as you think its face getting closer and closer is about to touch you, Ricket, right there, you hear something off in the distance, just a little bloop, and it's gone. It's not there anymore. Almost as if you blinked and it disappeared.
This is horrifying.
Ricket picks himself up and starts slowly trying to keep walking.
You can just ever echoing hear just those soft splashes of water as it's moving around in its territory.
This is real scary, guys.
Everyone roll another stealth check as you continue to make your way down.
A natural 20.
It's about time. Okay. I got a 17.
Hey, a 16.
I rolled a 7.
I just need to get away for once. I'm fighting this thing.
What did you get, Yabo?
16.
I see. So as you continue this process of slowly making your way and freezing anytime there's movement or sound for what feels like hours down this tunnel. You all are composed enough to keep going. And then you begin to hear rushing or falling water. And you see the hint of sunlight in a bend coming up in front of you. And Yavalia, you gasp, seeing it. And then right in front of all of you, in between you and the light, you see it on the ceiling.
Like this thing.
Its hands just unnaturally just clamped down, not moving. You can do it, I believe in you.
Is she the only one that sees it yet?
No, you all see it. It was just that slight gasp.
Okay. Bartosz panics and chucks a dagger at it.
Oh
I like the
no!
look on its face.
Roll an attack.
Heart of the cards, heart of the cards.
Heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards. It
It
might be more beneficial if you miss it.
Well, I rolled a 22.
So you hit.
Uh-huh.
How much damage are you
Can I
doing?
get a sneak attack on this thing?
This would definitely be a sneak attack,
Okay.
yes. It is not aware of
Good.
you. Yet.
Uh-huh. It's about to be... Actually, it won't know where the dagger came from. It'll just know that it's in pain.
Yeah. And it'll know roughly what direction it came from, but not where it came from, as it just gets hit in the face with a dagger.
So... 6 damage?
Total.
Uh-huh.
As you... To calm yourself a little bit, you were holding this dagger. Like, yeah, if anything gets in my way.
Uh-huh.
This false sense of hope.
Uh-huh.
And you just see this thing and instinctually react. You throw the dagger and it sticks into the creature's face where if it had eyeballs there would be one. And it lets out this, once again, unearthly screeching roar now. As it begins swinging its full claws, which encompass the entire tunnel, just wildly swinging.
Are we in initiative yet?
It is not aware of your presence. Outside of you're nearby.
Rickett presses himself up against the wall of the sewer, holding his spellbook in between the claws and him.
Do its claws reach the floor?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
You,
21.
at first you see no way out of this, as its claws are just lightning fast swinging, and you see sparks as it hits the walls and flings stone and stuff. You can see there is a gap at the floor that it isn't reaching when it swings.
Bartosz lowers himself down into the gray water and starts crawling toward it.
Yeah, Yavali's gonna take a cue from him. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, I see spell cards being looked at.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Rickett, seeing them try to crawl underneath it, takes out his wand and taps his belt buckle and whispers in a quiet, sobbing voice, Armix. And then these, like, ribbons of gossamer blue, like, wrap around, or come out of his belt buckle, wrap around his back, and make, like, this spectral breastplate. I cast mage armor on myself. And then Rickett will very slowly get onto his belly and start to crawl forward.
Bartosz, you're in the front.
Yep.
Roll a perception check.
Yep.
as Rickett, as quietly as he can, whispers the spell.
17.
You can see the space has gotten smaller
How much smaller?
as it's swinging quicker and more rampant. You might be able to fit through still.
I'm crawling real slow.
You all crawl so deathly slow that just that couple feet, that small space you have to get by to get out, seems like forever. As you're crawling under it, Bartosz, roll a dexterity check.
17?
You move your head just slightly enough to avoid one of the claws as it swings wildly and almost hits you.
Oh god.
And you slowly inch your way through. Who's next?
Evalia followed suit, right?
Yep.
I'm in.
$16.
Same thing. You're crawling low as you can, and then you have to slightly shift your course more to the left as it rakes the ground right next to you. And you slowly worm your way forward. Whoever would like to roll next.
I'll go. What kind of roll is this?
A dexterity check.
Ah,
Or Rickett.
I will add nothing to it. 12.
You said 12?
Yeah.
You manage to lumber your way under its swings.
Nice.
Just barely.
So if you beat a 12.
Careful.
You feel a slight bit of your fur get taken off as you crawl under it. Rickett.
Here it goes.
Completely silent, just sobbing.
A 7.
No.
I'm running out of d20s to roll.
You have the luck of the gods on your side. As you're crawling, you start to panic getting closer and closer to it. And you start to try and just hurry your way through and just get out of this as you feel a piece of your hat gone right at the top.
Oh no, not the tip.
And you
Just tip.
just keep crawling. You're on the other side of it.
I just keep crawling. I don't dare stand up.
Don't
I just
move.
keep I just
crawl.
keep pushing myself way through the gray water.
Slowly crawl your way to the edge as you see the runoff drop into the ocean side off the coast. No chains, no footholds or anything.
Time to jump.
Is everyone on board with that?
Let's do it.
You all stand up right at the edge. And you all together jump at the same time. And you feel a swipe right over the top of your heads, right where your heads were a second ago, as you all plummet into the water. Completely submerged. You'll swim to the surface, and one by one, each of your heads pops up in the water.
This is not what I was expecting.
That was terrifying.
was that thing?
As you say that, you all kind of just like glance up and you see it's just long hands wrapped around the sides of the tunnel. And you see like smoke coming off of it as it slowly just recedes back in. Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 3 of Sins of the Father. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jackson Chandler. I have a couple of announcements to share with y'all during this break. First things first, Sins of the Father is converting to monthly releases for our episodes, which is going to allow us to craft the perfect episodes for y'all to enjoy. The second announcement is we have a new goal on our Patreon, where if we can hit $400 a month, we will be able to start paying the cast for each episode they record. This is just our way of showing our appreciation to the cast and editors for all the hard work they put into this show. And don't forget that if you give us a review on iTunes, copy the text of your review and email it to misconceptionspod@gmail.com and you'll be able to get a free Sins of the Father decal. That about covers it for this break. Let's get back to the episode.
I had heard tales of people going missing in the sewers. I don't know what that was, but can we not go back there?
Yeah, we're not going back there.
Ricket doggy paddles for the shore.
It's a very awkward doggy paddle, as in one hand he's holding a giant book.
Yes.
Barely keeping his head above the water.
It's true, with my -1 athletics.
He might not make it to shore. You think for a second.
Oh, man.
How far are we from shore?
It is a very tiring distance. After your close encounter, it takes the more athletic ones about 10 minutes to get there.
Oh my gosh, Ricket cannot do it.
Ricket is...
That's a lot of swimming.
That's a lot of swimming. Ricket is... He's out there. He's trying his hardest swimming.
He is crying, he is tired, he is scared, and he is drowning.
This is horrible. The party kind of, notices this as he slowly is getting further and further behind them. And you all ease up the pace and kind of help semi-support him. As you all slowly move forward and make it to shore. Safely.
Ricket just collapses in a heap, just wet and sobbing.
Yob was gonna flop over on his back, chest heaving. Oh, what a day.
Vartosh is in the fetal position, clutching his other dagger.
Yeah, Yavalia just belly flops onto the sand and just rakes her way out of the water as best she can.
You have just this moment of rest where you finally feel safe
Question mark?
enough
I did, but
Compared-
no I don't.
to the past. You're not even sure how long you were down there. This long stretch of time from when you went into the sewers till now, you finally feel a sense of safety. As if something isn't watching you at all times.
the way you said that.
I don't like anything
sorry.
of what just happened.
You
No, I
guys
know.
are safe now.
Oh,
Okay.
There is no
yeah.
danger. Is that better?
I feel
After
better.
resting.
Yeah, can we take a short rest to recover from our mental damage?
That was horrible.
I would say you are allowed to recover from your mental damage.
Yeah, that was insane.
You see, as you guys are resting, just trying to regain composure and whatnot, a number of different colorful characters have passed through the beach.
Oh.
Small, little, about 2 foot tall fish people. The Kuatoa
Nice.
I love the Kuatoa.
wandered down the coast,
boys.
picking through the shells and whatnot, putting them in these large wooden baskets behind them. Clams, oysters, anything they'd found is just stacked up in them. A couple just different random passerbys who seem to give you a wide berth as they're just walking around, minding their own business.
Where do we go to get a ship again?
We should go to my family's estate.
Oh, okay.
We can compose ourselves, get some food, and then get enough money to charter a ship.
You are the local. Take us where we need to go.
Can I easily find my way to the elevator that takes us nearest my home?
It'd be a little bit of a walk, but you could get there before sundown. Yes.
Okay.
As you guys are walking along the beach, because it's right here, it's easy access, you can just keep walking up to where you need to go straight down to one of the gates. You see some guardsmen scattered here and there. And then you see a couple of them congregating at an area. Everyone roll a perception check.
Well, I see nothing. 6.
You're still... It's real! The crocodile in the sewers is real!
15.
17.
I would be pretty freaked out.
Right, it's, Rick and Nivala, you easily see it. You see them backs to you as they all are talking, and then you see them start to separate, and you see these 4 parchments on the side of the building. A boy with a large hat. A dragonborn. A man with an eagle tattoo on his chest. And a young, springy girl.
Can the images be horribly bad? Like, way out of character? Like, way big caricatures?
You can tell they're of you.
Right. But can the features just be
But you're like, "Oh, that's not my face. The structure is all wrong."
My nose doesn't look like that.
Nice Tangled reference.
The hat is a complete hat. One major difference. It's also a red color. Not blue.
They'll never find me.
Come on, guys.
What do we do now? They're looking for us. They know who we are. They have our pictures.
I guess we have to lie low.
We could switch it up.
Evalia still has that cloak on that she was wearing to hide that she was not a...
There's
not a girl.
no green on her face anymore.
No. But is there green on the picture? Because she had green when they got her.
There is. You see, it's a mostly green face, and then there's just like this one streak where Yabo had taken his finger and wiped off some of the paint.
Most of the paint's probably gone now that we've taken a dip in the ocean.
Yeah. Most of the paint was gone from the crying.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The rest of it is gone from the ocean
And the gray water.
and the gray water that you crawled through.
So Yavalia gonna kind of like beckon them all to like come into a side like alleyway or something if there's something like that available near them.
Yeah.
To like switch major like defining pieces of clothing so that at least like Ricketts not wearing a big hat,
Yeah.
and
It's damaged anyways. Just throw it away.
Yeah. He takes off his damaged hat and looks at it forlornly, and then just as respectfully as he can, just stuffs it into his backpack.
You're telling me Rickett doesn't have mending?
He doesn't.
Vartosh
He
is,
has alarm, detect magic, and identify.
Huh.
Vartosh reaches into his pack and pulls out a clean, dry, super nice set of clothing. And immediately strips down. Oh god, it smells so bad. I could never. These clothes cannot be worn ever again. They're horrible.
Right in front of everyone.
Yavalia shields Ricketts' eyes.
There's no need for you to see these dragon giblets today.
Yeah, thank you.
For once, I agree with you. The stench is most foul. Yabo's wringing out his leathers of gray water.
Vartosh tosses his old clothes on the ground and spits acid on them, and they melt.
You watch as they just fizzle away into just unidentifiable goop.
Yes, I just wasted a once per short rest ability on burning clothes. You got it.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right.
Sometimes you just gotta roleplay.
And you all notice as Yabo wrings out his leathers and then puts them back on, there's a large, gash missing from the leathers he wears on his chest. Where his
These
back
are my
is.
favorite.
Close call there, I would say.
Where is your family's estate then?
There were guards blocking that elevator, right?
There weren't guards
okay.
blocking the elevator. These guys were just on this
Okay,
corner
alright.
where they put up the wanted posters. But you do know that 24/7, the Iron Army
Right.
protects the elevators. The lifeless,
Oh.
never needing to sleep golems that stand watch at all times.
If they have our faces, we can't take the elevators. The golems will kill us. How did you get into the city?
I just walked in. Oh, you mean the demon city? The demon city. I rode the chain.
You rode up the chain. Oh, okay.
See, that's why I thought we could ride it down, but it did not quite work out that way.
Are there chains going up near us? Ish?
Roll a perception check.
17?
There are, but they're not too near you. And from what little you do know about the lower district from your walks through here to the docks, that most of them are much like the one that was above you guys, that took you into the sewer, they're in large open areas, so nothing obstructs them.
Well,
But you do see some that are moving up.
We need to get up into the city again. We'll never charter a ship the way we are now.
wait. I open my pack and I pull out the rolled up painting. Wait, I know what we can
It's
do.
slightly wet,
Uh-huh.
but not so horribly water damaged that it's unrecognizable.
Cool.
You do see that one little jagged missing piece from where you messed up.
Is this a magic painting? Will it transport us somewhere?
No, just follow me. I stick it back in my pack and I start running towards the docks.
So Vartosh just looks at this painting, rolls it back up, sticks it in his pack, and just takes off running in a completely different direction than where you guys were heading before.
Are we going to follow him?
We're gonna follow the lizard.
Okay.
I heard that.
So you run from one side of the city to the opposite side,
Nice.
where the docks are. And you guys finally catch up to Vartosh as he's looking around, mumbling to himself about a ship.
Where Lionheart? Where the Gorgon? Where is
It's quite dark at this time. The sun has set. But it's still visible enough. You can see where you're going.
Lighting on the docks.
Yeah. You see scattered braziers and torchlight. And then you keep looking, Vartosh, and you're like, wait. And you turn and look at that far last dock. There's a ship still sitting there.
Yes.
It's not quite illuminated, but you see a ship. You see the same ship you saw earlier.
Nice. Yeah, sprinting. Second wind, I'm sprinting towards that ship.
Vartosh just takes off sprinting.
All an ass.
Yavo is hauling ass.
Rickett is bringing up the rear, huffing and puffing.
When we get close, I'm yelling, Captain Tyndall! Captain Tyndall!
You don't see that same like busy movement back and forth along the ship as you did before. Until you hear just a voice calling out, "Who goes there?" And it sounds like it's coming from above you.
Oh. My name is Vartosh?
And then it just repeats, "Who goes there?" And you look and you follow it and you see, because Vartosh is familiar with boats, in the crow's nest, there's a small little bird-like individual glaring down at you with a fully outstretched spyglass. Who goes there?
Yes.
And then it just repeats, "I am Vartosh?"
I am Vartosh?
And it, like, starts making its way down
Where is your captain?
very delicately down the ladder. And it kind of wanders off
Oh my gosh.
into the captain's quarters.
He has the same name as you.
And you just hear the same, "I am Vartosh?" And then the bird kind of walks back out. And then behind him, you see a familiar face. The other three of you have never seen this man before in your life, if man is even the right word. As at first glance looks just like a lion walking on two legs. Walks out in a very regal red and gold coat snapped over his chest. And pants. He has pants. And he looks.
Thank God I didn't want to see any lion giblets.
Lion giblets. Giblets is now the term for that, just all in all.
He kind of looks. Step into the light.
I walk forward and pull the painting out and like unfold it in front of me.
Ah, I see. Birdie,
Birdie.
the cabin boy's here.
Cabin boy.
As you see, I am Bartosz. The bird kind of perks its head to the side inquisitively, and then just shrugs its shoulders and goes down under the deck of the ship. I see you brought some more crewmates.
Yes, these are my my. He just kind of makes a face and then his face softens. My friends.
That's nice and all, but what can they offer us? What skills can they bring to our crew?
Well, the Dark One killed a guy. And
And I can kill another.
the girl can play music that makes people's ears bleed.
You should hear Birdie try and sing.
The little one, well, he's useless, but
I can play music that doesn't make your ears bleed too.
oh, well, there you go.
And what about the little one?
He's well, he's useless.
I see.
Ricket's
see.
shoulders sag.
It'd be perfect after one encounter. Come on.
We'll make a right fine crew out of you lot. The one with nothing to lose, points at Ricket, can learn anything he wants. Am I right?
I am a quick learner.
Now let me see that painting.
We were in a hurry, and
Uh-huh.
then we got hunted in the sewers by this eyeless monster.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here. He hands it over.
It was very scary.
He didn't get a good look at the painting before because of the low torchlight. And he opens it up in full torchlight, he's like, I can't believe you actually did this. I thought you'd just come running back saying you couldn't do it.
What? No? You mean I didn't have to?
Welcome aboard.
What?
Allow me to repeat myself. Welcome aboard the crew of the Gilded Gordon.
The Gilded Gordon Ramsay.
Welcome aboard the Gilded Gorgon.
Bartosz kind of yips and jumps and like is super excited for a second.
This is very off-putting to the rest of you. Because he's shown excitement for the first time.
Glad to see your spirits have turned.
Captain, is there somewhere on you? Is there a bed that I could sleep in? I'm very tired, and I would like to take a bath.
Bath might be a little hard. But we have a place for you to sleep.
It's a pile of hay.
Oh, thank God. I'll take it.
Since you seem to be eager to please, my new crew, my new cabin boy, looks at Bartosh.
What does that mean? Like, what is that?
Have you dredged up any rumors of treasure nearby on your journey here?
Treasure?
Have I?
The only thing you've heard about is the Turin dynasty.
Oh, right. Yes. I hear that the Turin dynasty has a lot of treasure.
Roll a deception check.
I'm trying to deceive a pirate. This is not a good idea. I'm deceiving a deceiver.
But if he rolls like ass,
I mean, fair. Okay. Was it deception? I think I have a +1 to deception. I think. Or was it -1? I can't actually remember. Nope, nothing. 19.
he rolled a total of 9.
Woo! I deceived the deceiver.
Very ambitious. He nods. You do know the dangers there.
He has no idea, but
Oh, we can. Oh, it's nothing. We can handle that.
I see. Confidence and foolish bravery. You might make a fine pirate one day.
he beams. Like his eyes just glow.
As the camera zooms out and you see him just arms behind the four of you, kind of like ushers you down into the crew quarters below the deck, and you just hear his voice, "Men, welcome the new crew members!" And there's just a raucous cheer and roaring. End of episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Next episode will be released on January 6th. Don't forget to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Sins of the Pod. We also have a email if you need to get in contact with us, misconceptionspod@gmail.com. Sins of the Father wouldn't exist without y'all's support, so we'd appreciate it if you would share our show with your friends and your family, leave us a review on iTunes, or if you're feeling especially generous, think about donating to us on Patreon. Sins of the Father is an actual play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition role-playing game by Wizards of the Coast. The Sins of the Father theme song was composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. Sins of the Father is a part of the Misconceptions Podcast Network. And that about covers it for this week's episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep rolling crits. So, what did everyone think?
That was really good.
That was awesome.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
That sewer scene was so terrifying that I can't remember anything good that happened before it.
I know. It was so good.
The good that happened before it was murder.
Yes,
A man. Jump out a window.
That's true. That's true.
Go into the sewer.
About the only good thing that came out of this episode was us finding out where our parents went.
Oh, the Furbolg.
Oh yeah, the Furbolg. Yeah.
Yeah, the Furbolg was great.
The unnamed, very helpful librarian.
Yes. He was awesome.
I hope we meet him again.
That was so intense, though.
You go and you just end up on this tropical island at one point, and then it's just, oh hey, I'm on vacation.
Yes.
How are all of you?
So I thought we were going to be in Harrowville for like a lot longer, and now we're on a pirate ship.
Yeah. It just seemed that that's the way events unfolded.
Yeah.
Because I was not expecting to leave the city that fast, but you can always come back to the city.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once the
Once we're not wanted.
once it cools off a little bit.
That's kind of why you guys kind of had to leave.
Yeah, there was nothing we could do after he killed a guy.
Yamo just straight up murdered a man.
I didn't kill anybody.
If we had just run, we would have been fine.
I did not kill him. He ran into my spear. There is a difference.
He walked slowly and with purpose into his spear.
He just happened to be in my target practice range.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that was cool, though. That was good.
So were we supposed to run into the thaumaturgy room and out the window for that scene?
Supposed to. It's whatever you guys wanted to do.
I
I
guess
moved the
that's
story
true.
around it.
I guess
Could
that's
run
true.
into it.
You could have run back into the record room.
Jackson is the king of improving DMing. Like, seriously. He usually does
Yeah.
not prepare anything.
My notes were I listened to everyone's intro audio and wrote down like a sentence about that character.
Well,
Which
that
is why I was like,
very impressive.
it was like their father's name and something else about them.
Okay. What
And then
is-
I was like, that's why I was like, what is your father's name, Evalia? Because I have nothing for you as of right now, outside of he's a bard.
Yeah. What was that sewer thing? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Bone Devil?
Cool.
Nice work, Bone Devil.
Bone Devil. Semi just kind of made up a little bit.
Homebrew.
Is that a little homebrew?
It was a little bit of that homebrew stew.
Hey, homebrew's great. That was
Yeah.
awesome, though. Super cool.
That's good stuff.
I gotta say, like, I think we have really good energy. I know that, you know, I mean, this is obviously something that we're gonna let listeners listen to, but,
Yeah.
you know, we had come so far and done so much with the previous campaign, with our
Yeah.
first DM, that we got to become comfortable with each other. Because I know initially,
Yeah.
I was
feel
a
like
little
it
slow.
helped
Like, I feel like I was a little slow to kind of warm up and feel like I could kind of have some input. And so having that initial bit, I think it really helped us kind of cement the interaction and getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know any of you guys coming
Yeah,
into this.
recording went a lot easier, too. Like, we were able to get through those episodes fairly quickly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Christian can definitely vouch for this. David can too. I have horrible social anxiety, but it just turns off when I play D&D.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's awesome.
Somehow.
I couldn't tell it all. Honestly,
Yeah.
you did amazing.
Because I'm like, I'm Rickett in public. Okay, if I had your way, I'm sorry. I'll just move out of the aisle now. Okay, just please pass.
No, it's true. When he first started working for me, oh, he's my employee, by the way, listeners. When he first started working for me, he was super quiet, and we tried to get him out of his shell, and it took a while, actually. But yeah.
And then
Okay.
someone said Dungeons and Dragons,
And
There it
everything changed.
and
Yeah,
now
it did.
I have no spare
There's
time.
no life except for DMing.
That's true. How many games are you DMing right now besides Sins of the Father, Jackson?
Besides Sins of the Father, I have 2 major ones going on, both of which have just recently started.
Yeah.
And it's groups of people from work that
Yeah.
so many people wanted to play, I had to split it up into 2 different campaigns.
We did one session with 12 people, and that was
It
nice.
was
Oh my gosh.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
So now it's 2 groups. One's got 5 and one's got 6, I think.
Yeah. It's not an even number in each group either way.
But yeah.
One group is playing the good guy hero characters. The other group, which is the group that has 2 new players that have never played before, is an evil campaign, and they have embraced just murdering people. The first episode, they burned a farmer alive
Oh my gosh.
and decapitated some guards,
Oh my gosh.
and are okay with human trafficking.
I just murdered one little guard.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it makes it makes me and Yabo kind of look
Yeah.
look like the good guys here.
Saint.
Really puts it in perspective.
They both just stepped up immediately. Guess we gotta kill this guard.
Yeah.
No way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good first session. I had lots of fun.
Yeah, it really was.
I did
I think-
A lot of fun.
Like, even 30 minutes in, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. This is a good thing.
Yeah.
Tried to incorporate after I was told of Yabo's spirit guide, Nunu.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I incorporated him in and was like, hey, he's sitting in this window.
Nice.
And he's like, don't close that window. As he goes back into the hallway.
Yeah, he was guiding him. It was great.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was cool.
I love that.
And yes, that was a room about teaching young students to cast the cantrip Thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I said it, and I don't know if I get caught on the recording. It might have been afterward, but my cheeks hurt. Like, I've been laughing and smiling so much.
good.
And so,
I'll say
Not so much in this episode.
no.
no.
This last episode.
Oof. No. Yeah, this iteration is a lot more upbeat and lighthearted, I think, but it's they were both good in a different way. So
Right.
It's been this is really cool though.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we want to get out our MVRP point, our most valuable role player point?
I think so. Does everybody want to vote? And then
I don't know what that means.
it's whoever we feel role played the best.
Oh yeah. So
I
I
can't
guess
do this.
I guess
I
this
liked
is,
everyone so much.
yeah, so in the old campaign, and if you want to keep this going, we can. If not, we can scrap it. But we would vote on like who was the most valuable role player that session, and they would get a an MVRP point, which is basically a luck point.
Yeah.
We took the luck feat or the lucky feat out, and we gave them one luck point, which lets them reroll their roll, reroll an enemy's roll, or gain advantage. Or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was basically just a luck point.
I don't think it's like the viewers have been told about how your custom stats and stuff are, since they are playing not full-fledged adult adventurers.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing children.
Our stat line
young adults.
sucks.
They're so low.
It does.
Because we have
It's awful.
yeah.
We have
They're
many
still
negatives.
they're still rolling like fire though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Our highest stat though, base stat is 12, and we have one of those. And we got 2 at 10, so with 0 modifier, and then 2 at 8, so with negative modifier. So we really are at a detrimental for a lot of things, which makes sense because we're kids, we're inexperienced. So it's actually fun to role play when we do bad rolls. I've always had the philosophy with D&D that bad rolls and low stats are the best thing you can have for role playing purposes.
So are we gonna vote or what?
Oh yeah.
let's do it.
I'll vote for Ricket the Bigot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to vote for Vartash. I think he had a lot of good moments this session, and his story is kind of what we're pursuing right now because we're like on a pirate ship and everything. We're like he definitely led the decisions in this session.
But he unknowingly knows that he led you on your destiny together.
True.
It had to come to this boat eventually.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody did so great. I feel like we really kind of hit a stride with all of this. I don't know. It's really tough.
It's really tough.
I had to give it to Bartash this time around, for sure. I just think, yeah, you led the charge on a lot of stuff. Going back and getting that painting, holy crap! Like that was awesome.
I thought he was gonna forget it and just be like, "We've got to leave."
Yeah, he saved the day
Can't
for sure.
forget the booty.
Yeah.
What kind of pirate am I
can't
if I can't
forget
even
his
steal
booty.
something?
It's just hanging on the wall.
I am gonna give it to Yabo. I always crack up the most at Yabo. He's just got a hilarious character. So
Yeah. Yabo is great.
And he's dedicated to the character, so it doesn't matter how terrible things might come out, he's going to do what the character's going to do, so it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Whether it's murder or just asking dumb questions.
Well, the dumb questions are my favorite part, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah, I forgot about the
where
whole.
does a man go?
Yeah.
Where does a man go?
Well, I don't know. He can kind of go anywhere.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole thing with Yabo walking beside a ghost and trying to get him to give him.
Yes, that was fantastic.
That was a good bit.
It was super fun.
That was good.
This session just had a lot of fun moments. Everyone did
Yeah.
a
The
great
way-
job. Fun.
The way I was trying to describe them was not so much like actual humanoid ghosts,
Mm-hmm.
but more like soot sprays.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a
Miyazaki.
will-o'-the-wisp kind of thing.
Will-o'-the-wisp, yeah, but it has legs and arms. It's
Yeah.
not just
Okay.
the floating orbs.
Interesting. Okay.
Like from like the little things from Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
The little chwing-chwings.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
Chwing chwing.
I love their aesthetic. Aesthetic.
They're great. They're super good.
Yeah. So I guess then Vartesh gets our MVRP point.
Is Jackson gonna throw out a point?
Oh wait,
For
Jackson.
the vote?
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
I don't want to vote.
He could throw up a tie right now if
'Cause-
he wanted to.
You're all breathtaking.
All right, Keanu.
I will, for being dedicated to the bit the whole time, I have to give it to Evalia. Because the only reason she lost her goblin face paint is from the terrorizing adventure in the sewer
true.
that involved lots of water in the face and jumping into the ocean. Because she
really
still
funny.
even had the hood on and everything.
That was really funny. Her trying to play a goblin. That was great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was going
Also,
for that, like,
describing it, I
Yeah.
have the green face, but then I lift up my hand that is a completely different color. It was perfect.
I was just kind of trying to go with that, that the classic trope of, like, I am obviously not what I'm pretending to be, but I am buying it. I'm trying to buy it badly the whole way through.
I love it.
Well, I'm really glad we decided to keep going with this. I think fans are going to love it. I know a ton of people who are just going to love it, and I think we are doing great work. So
Yeah.
I have
totally
like 3
agree.
or 4 friends already that ask me all
Well
the
said.
time, when are we getting it? When are we getting it? I'm like, I don't know yet.
Well, now that we have it recorded, we
Yeah.
can finally start editing and getting it ready to release.
Yes.
So maybe
So by
a
the time you're listening
November
to it,
release.
it's obviously out.
I
Potentially.
I already know how I want it to end. Yeah, we're good.
Boom.
Okay.
It's done.
He's got it.
Boom. I know where a man goes.
All right.
But do you
Well,
know where the children go?
do we want to stop recording, or do we have any nice things we want to say to each other?
I would like to take a moment. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity by asking me to do this.
Yeah.
It is very nice. Don't really know how to compliment more than that. So,
You
there
did a
you go.
wonderful job.
I will say thank
Yeah.
you for doing it, because
Yeah.
we weren't sure how we were
Yeah,
going to
thanks.
continue it, to be honest. Also, you're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
These 3 episodes have been so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
You're great. So,
Yeah. You're already killing it.
And just for the viewers, how it went was at work. Christian looks to me and he's like, I want to ask you this question, but I don't know if I should. Maybe I should text David first. And I'm like, well, now I really want to know. And then he breaks it down for me exactly like how everything happened and how this wasn't going to be a thing, because I myself was waiting to tune into this
he was asking
podcast
me
when it came
all
out.
the time.
I hounded him at work about it, like, oh, when's this happening? So who's your character? Oh, well, what about this and this and this? Who's everyone else playing? And then he asks me, do you want to do it? And extends that. And my reaction was, you know I can't say no. It would kill me if I said no to this, because it is such an amazing opportunity to be able to work with everyone and build something new.
Yeah. We got a good group to build something with.
We did. You guys are great.
It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, you guys.
Yeah.
So touching.